question crypto investors had since the beginning of the election was, which candidate do you want to see win that's going to make crypto pump the hardest? Now, up until recently, that answer was definitely Donald Trump, but over the past 2 months or so, and really earlier this week / the end of last week, both candidates are out with pretty positive cryptocurrency positions. Now, to be fair, Donald Trump has a much more clear set of policies that he and his administration, if they win, would like to pursue. With Kamala Harris, about every 2 weeks or so, we get another positive comment or statement that starts to peel back an extra layer, getting us closer and closer to trying to find some policies that she would like to enact. But again, the idea of what we have, of what Kamala would do, is pretty low. It's just kind of set at like, hey, there would be a regulatory framework, and right now Donald Trump has a set list of things that he would do. But the end ethos here is that no matter who's going to win, there are going to be positive changes. At least they're telling us there are going to be positive changes. We'll see what actually happens, right? There would be positive changes for Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency industry in the United States, no matter who wins. So asking ourselves the question of, after the election, is there going to be like a mega pump if Trump wins or if Kamala wins, or like, is it going to dump, or like all those kinds of things, I think is a question that we can kind of just throw out the window for the most part. I do think there will be speculation. I think that if the election, or if the election happens, when the election happens and it ends, there might be a sell-off period there, because a lot of people in the space are looking at it that like, hey, if Trump doesn't win, it's going to be awful for the crypto space, which is a thought that I don't really understand, because we are getting positive comments out of Kamala now as well, which is why I think that thinking is going to shrink, and that the election is going to become less of a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of situation, and is just ultimately going to be something that is more so happening at the side. I do think you'll see some correlation price action along with the election as it runs, but I think it'll be far less of a correlation tied between crypto prices and the election results, as it was in the past, now that Kamala Harris is making more positive statements about things she wants to do. Now, so those are just my thoughts on that, and I will say I do want to see like an actual set of policies and ideas come out of Kamala. I think we all do. And if we can get that before the election, which is right around the corner, so we might not, that would be an even best case scenario for cryptocurrency, and also would further uncorrelate any price action that we see between the election and the price of crypto once we get the result. So I think this is a question we can kind of stop asking ourselves. I don't think, at the very least, I don't think it's one to like really build a trading strategy around, now that both candidates are positive, at least saying so, on cryptocurrencies.